My name is Emanuel Laurent.
And where are you from?
I'm from New Orleans.
New Orleans.
Yes.
And how do you identify yourself?
We are a group of people who are mixed heritage. We have American Indian. We have various different French and Spanish, and of course the majority is African American.
So, in order, what do you call that? The Creole?
It's called the Creole culture.
Creole culture.
Is what it's called. Yes.
Now, are all Creoles? Do you have to have African ancestry to be a Creole?
Yes.
So, the whole thing, I was hearing this big conflict about what a Creole is. Initially, it was like any European who was born in the New World, and then I heard stories that it also included white people, and the most common thing that I knew a Creole was a person who was mixed with French and African and whatever other mix they may have had. So exactly, do you acknowledge all those definitions, or are there more than one? Is there more than one definition?
Well, actually, it's I mean, there's the Creoles of Haiti, as you are aware. It's the same difference because the Creoles of Haiti are those who intermarried with all groups that inhabited or lived in Haiti for any length of time. And a lot of our heritage goes back to St. Louverture. And during that time, a lot of the people did not come directly from Africa. They came from Haiti. And they went to Haiti because they were working in the cane fields and things like that. When they came to Louisiana, we had the same type of climate. We had the same type of agriculture. A lot of sugar cane grown in Louisiana, and so therefore a lot of it is similar to what you find in Haiti and in other countries where there's a mixture, but mainly I define it as a strong mixture with Spanich and French, along with Indian and African American.
Okay. Now, these people who came from Haiti, they were not slaves?
Some of them were. It depends on when they came. Those who came early came as slaves, and there were so many different groups at different times, and Louisiana was under the Spanish rule at one time, and then under the French rule at one time. But the French was more dominant because before the Louisiana Purchase, of course, French was the native language in the Louisiana Territory. And like, for instance, I have my great-grandmother. She was fluent in her French. Most of the people who lived in that